Hey guys, it's Allie, and boy has it been a long time since we've put a video up on our channel. I just wanted to take a moment and say welcome if this is your first time. We'd love to hear from you down in the comments how you found us. My name is Allie, my husband's name is John, and this is our channel. We had to take some time off from filming to take care of some family stuff, and just life has been crazy over the last few months, and I'm sure that a lot of you can relate to that. So in the past several months, gosh, I've had a third nephew born. I have had my wisdom teeth removed, and I actually filmed quite a bit about that and the healing process, and one of these days I'm going to get around to editing and putting that video up, because I decided this channel, of course, we did some reviews and I want to keep doing those, and we did some vlogging, and I thought, you know, we might do some more of that because that was fun. But what I really want to start tracking for the sake of my husband and myself and anybody else who's in the same boat is John and I recently decided to go back to trying to lose weight, and we have selected Weight Watchers mainly because we both have experience with participating in the program. We know it works. We've actually been on the online program since, I want to say, maybe January, and kind of fell off the wagon when I had my wisdom teeth removed. We stopped tracking because, of course, milkshakes and mac and cheese and all the soft things that I could eat, it wasn't really easy to keep tracking, and I kind of had stalled in my weight loss anyway. So we fell off the wagon in March, and I came to the realization not too long ago that I have just lost control of my weight, and though I try to eat balanced meals and I try not to overdo, it's just not working to do it on my own. And so we are now going to meetings, and we've actually had 2 meetings, one just to kind of get settled and start off, and then last week we had our first weigh-in. And the big why for us is just it's twofold. I think we both know that we're going to be able to live healthier, happier, longer lives by getting healthy, but also some of you may or may not know, we got married in 2016. We thought we would be able to start a family right away, and that just hasn't happened. And recently I was reading up on the risks of having a pregnancy when you are overweight or obese, and I've got about 100 pounds to lose, a little over 100 pounds to get to a healthy weight for me. And the risks are just astronomical as far as you know, carrying a healthy baby and being able to carry to term and delivering a baby that's of size that can actually be born the way I want them to be born rather than C-section, all kinds of complications, diabetes, blood pressure. And I know that my doctor definitely has mentioned that a priority for getting ready to have a child would be to lose some weight. So we're tired of waiting. We really want to get serious about losing weight, and I have high hopes that when we get down to healthier status that our bodies will just allow that to happen and we can have a healthy pregnancy. So right behind me on this side is Winnie the Pooh, which you probably noticed. My mother bought him for me when she found out she was pregnant with me, and we are keeping him up here on our shelf as a little reminder of part of the reason for our goals. We've been setting aside change to start our nursery when the time comes, and we've got 1 jar full and another one on the way. And then we've also started other jars. Somebody on the Weight Watchers forum actually posted a picture, and I thought it was such a great idea. We both started jars. The pounds that we have to lose, each bead represents a pound, and then each time we weigh in, we'll put the pounds that we lost into this jar and just see the progress go as we lose weight and support each other and get healthy. This week, I unfortunately only lost 1 pound, but it was kind of time of the month. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about. I was retaining a lot of water, and I'm expecting this Saturday to be better as far as weigh-in. Tracking is good. A lot of the healthy meals available on Weight Watchers are nutritious and really tasty. We had chicken parm in a sheet pan tonight with green beans, and it was very satisfying, and hubby loves a good old Italian meal. So part of the reason I want to vlog this is to track our progress, and we'll be putting up some before and after photos for you to see. And then part of it is because I want to share some tips and tricks and maybe some reviews along the way, some recipes that we found that we really like. And I don't know, just connect with those of you that are out there that might be feeling kind of frustrated with your weight. You know, of course, you don't have to follow Weight Watchers. Do what works for you. I'm not a Weight Watchers. I'm not endorsed by them or anything, but I grew up in a family that did Weight Watchers a few times. My dad has been on the program and just recently hit his goal. So his meetings are free now. He can continue to go and not have to pay for it. And I'm really, really proud of him for that. And I want to do that for us too. So in case you weren't aware of how Weight Watchers works and you're curious, you might be curious, you can do online. You can do online with meetings, or you can actually get a coach. We have done online only, which gives you access to the website and the app and how everything works and recipes and the community and all that good stuff. Meetings are what we're doing now because we want the accountability and the support. And then I've never experienced the coaching, so feel free to share down in the comments if you have experienced that and know what that's like. I think that would be really great for somebody who's doing it kind of by themselves, to have some feedback, to have some encouragement one-on-one with somebody. And I think it's a really easy program to follow. Food is given a points value based on calorie content, sugar, fiber, fat. There's a little calculator you can actually plug in all the nutrition information and it will calculate the points for you. But basically, the more whole the food is, the lower in fat and sugar and calories it is, the lower the points value. And the new Freestyle program, which came out about, I want to say it was the beginning of this year, has a whole bunch of 0-point foods, and the idea is, of course, that these foods are not calorie free, but because they are wholesome foods like boneless, skinless chicken breast, fat-free turkey, all the fruits and vegetables and beans, then you know they're satisfying and you're not likely to overdo on them. One caveat to that is if you puree, like you make a smoothie, those do count because you're losing the impact of the fiber, and also it takes a lot more fruit to make a smoothie than you would just eat as a snack. So they don't want you to overdo it. Fruit has a lot of natural sugar and you can just really overdo on that very easily. So there are ways to count it. On the app you can actually mark if you're making a drink, and then it'll tell you the points for that. I'm not a big smoothie person, so that hasn't been a thing for me. But it's really great to be able to use like fat-free Greek yogurt as a replacement for sour cream. There's nothing artificial in it to replace the fat. It just is, and it's 0 points. We'll make chili with fat-free ground turkey and diced tomatoes and veggies and all the good stuff that goes in chili, the beans, the corn, whatever, peppers, and you know, it's usually like 1 point by the time you add, I think it was the salsa that counted, the particular salsa I used. But it's so filling and so satisfying, and yet it's healthy for you. And then you have room to add on. If you want real shredded cheese, you can add that. If you want to have some crumbled tortilla chips on top, you can have that. So Weight Watchers, they give you a point allowance, and it's based on your height, weight, and age at the time. And so as you weigh less, you end up getting less points. It goes down to 23 for women. That's the minimum. And then you also have kind of a weekly balance that you can dip into that's not going to stop your weight loss. It's not going to reverse your weight loss. It's just available for you to kind of be flexible. And yeah, you just track the points on the website or the app. There's a little barcode scanner. So John and I will run around the grocery store scanning stuff just to see how many points it is, and then we pick out our groceries and plan our meals based on, you know, healthy things that we can have and easy, ready-to-go snacks. I have some fresh cut veggies in the fridge and made a dip with the fat-free Greek yogurt and some ranch seasoning, the dip mix. 0 points, and it's a very hearty, satisfying little snack with the veggies and dip. But it's a flexible program. You can basically eat anything. You just have to be held accountable for what you're eating and make choices to see, you know, whether something is worth it or not. And today you might look at something and say, yeah, this is worth it. I want to spend my points on that. And another day you might just be like, I can do without. I'd rather save my points for something else that's more worth it. You can eat out at restaurants. There are restaurant guides. There's Pinterest recipes all over the internet. All kinds of tips and tricks. So it's an easy program to follow. Weigh in once a week. We go to the meeting and we talk about, you know, how'd your week go? They give us tips. Last week they gave us a tip about how the quantity of food by volume can be different than by weight. So for example, Cheerios. If you measure out 1 cup of Cheerios, it's a certain volume. But if you're actually using a food scale and you weigh out the portion, however many grams a portion of Cheerios is, you actually get more in your bowl. It doesn't really make a difference point-wise. It's just, it happens to be more accurate because of the space that the Cheerios can take up. Cheerios is just one example, but we use it for shredded cheese, we use it for meat. We have our little scale on the counter and we keep it there so that it's easy to check and see, and we're actually motivated to weigh stuff because we realize most of the time when you weigh it rather than scoop it, you get more. So kind of a selfish reason, but I'll share more of the recipes and the tips and tricks that we have with you in future videos. Stay tuned for those. Just for reference, hubby is about 6 feet tall, and his starting is 262, and he's trying to get to 175. I am 5 feet 5 inches tall. I'm starting at 257, I believe, 258. I think it was 258, and trying to get to 155. And the last time I did Weight Watchers all the way through, I was actually in college, which is a really hard time to start Weight Watchers because the cafeteria we had was kind of an all-you-can-eat stations and wonderful food and everything, but I made it work. Got down to 155, which was about a size 8 for me, and that was a healthy weight. I felt really good. I looked good. I did jazzercise as my workout. Oh, that was something I wanted to make sure to tell you about. First review. Hubby and I are not really super motivated to walk. We both have Fitbits, and that helps. And of course, the Fitbit gives us points on the app. So if we really do push ourselves and we feel like we need to eat a little bit more to sustain, that is linked up and it's good. But we found an app called The Walk. I assume it's available for Android as well as on iPhone. We have iPhones. But it's based in the UK. It's kind of an adventure story, and in order to progress in the story, you have to walk. And it's not about how fast you walk, it's not how many steps you walk, it's actually about time. So if you are somebody who's in fairly good physical shape, you can push yourself and walk. Do a brisk walk, get your heart rate up, get yourself, really working. Or if that's not where you're at right now, then you can do kind of a casual walk, and you may not go as far in the minutes that it takes to do it, but it's something, and it is really once you get through the first episode or so, you really get kind of sucked into the story and you want to keep walking. I find myself walking during work breaks and at lunch, and I'll get so close to the next thing in the story that I don't want to go back to my desk and sit, because I want to know what's going to happen next. They really keep you interested, and you get the first few episodes for free, and then if you like it, it's $4.99 to unlock the rest of them. There are like 60 episodes right now. So it's called The Walk. I'll put a link in the description down below to make it easy for you to find, but I highly recommend it. I've tried a few other things like Step Bet, and I don't know, the goal they set for me just wasn't right for me now, as far as, you know, I average maybe 3,000 steps a day, which I know is not that great, but I do have a sedentary job and I am a manager, so I'm kind of expected to be, you know, where I need to be, and I don't always get a chance to take a break during the day. And by the time I get home and cook dinner and we do housework and go to bed, you know, you guys know. So this is something where whenever I get a chance, I do push myself to walk across the parking lot a little bit further, or I take an extra lap around the floor. Anything I can do to get those steps in. Step Bet was kind of setting me up for, yeah, if my average is normally 3,500, it wanted me to do 9,000 a day, and I just felt like jumping to that right now is not the best for me. I may get there at some point. Step Bet is a really good challenge if you already walk, and especially if you have a fitness tracker. But anyway, our next weigh-in is in a few days. Like I said, hoping that this lonely little bead in my jar will have some friends to join it. And we will keep you posted on our progress. I will keep track of some favorite recipes and tips that I'm getting. If you want to follow us, don't forget to click the subscribe button and then click the little bell so you get a notification every time we upload a new video. I'm going to try and do one once a week. I might throw in some bonus videos. I also am more likely to do Instagram, so follow us on Instagram, Faith by the Forkful. And follow us on Facebook if you like to do Facebook. We are on Twitter, but I don't tweet very much because I don't know. Anyway, full disclosure. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye!